Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my Week 3 NFL reactions. My picks went from absolutely great to absolutely terrible in just 1 week. I called the Ravens and Lions game, though. We'll get to that in a sec, but man, my picks were just absolutely terrible this entire week. This is what this week of football does to you. We got plenty to talk about, so don't forget to like, subscribe, do whatever you got to do to show support. You know I appreciate any and all of it. So without further ado, let's get straight into it, and let's react to NFL Week 3. Alright, so starting off with Thursday Night Football, we got the Dolphins losing to the Bills in what was a way closer game than we all expected. The Dolphins were actually pulling through for the first half of the game. Looking at the box score now, Tua Tagovailoa threw 34 times and had only 146 yards. You want to talk about Jalen Hurts not throwing the ball much? Look at Tua, 2 touchdowns, a pick, both going to Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, had pretty big days. Not much was going on the receiving, but Ollie Gordon did have his first ever rushing touchdown. Looking at the Bills now, Josh Allen continues to show why he is the MVP. 22 for 28, 78 percentage, 213, 3 touchdowns. A couple of key runs on the ground. James Cook had another big day. Looking at the receiving now, it was really led by Jackson Hawes and Dalton Kincaid and Khalil Shakir, who all had touchdowns. Dalton Kincaid catching a mile-an-hour fastball at one point and catching a little flip pass that Josh Allen threw, which was absolutely great. The defense was able to come up with a very, very clutch interception by Terrell Bernard to seal the game. In general, Dolphins start 0-3. Mike McDaniel needs to be fired. Bills don't really expect anything else. You won the game. You did what you needed to do. And now we got the Packers losing to the Browns. If you told me you expected this or picked this, you are absolutely crazy. I'm calling you a liar. Jordan Love was just not his best self at all. Neither was Josh Jacobs. He averaged only 1 yard a carry. That was terrible. John Fitzpatrick caught the receiving touchdown, and the defense was consistently keeping them in the game, but their offense just couldn't do a thing. Joe Flacco had a terrible game. 142, no touchdowns. Quinshon Judkins was very productive on the ground. Receiving was really led by David Njoku, who didn't even do that much anyway. Defense, again, was just keeping them in the game. Myles Garrett made his presence known. The Browns looked great defensively, offensively, not really expecting much. And for the Packers, I'm not worried too much. I think you guys will bounce back next week. Now we got the Buccaneers barely beating the Jets in what was actually a really good game. Tyrod Taylor did not play bad at all. 197 for 2 touchdowns, only a pick. Breece Hall, the run game in general wasn't really that productive. Garrett Wilson continues to prove his Offensive Player of the Year case. 10 receptions for 84 yards. And the defense, as usual, could not stop a thing. Going over the Buccaneers now, Baker 19 for 29, 233, a touchdown, no picks, continues to be absolutely flawless. Bucky Irving, Rachaad White, both had big days on the ground, even though the stats don't really say it that much. Bucky Irving was also very effective in the receiving game. And Emeka Egbuka, if the season ended today, he would be my Offensive Rookie of the Year pick. And that's not even an exaggeration. In general, Baker looks like an MVP candidate, and I could not mean that more. And now we have the Raiders getting smacked by the Marcus Mariota-led Commanders. This game was interesting. Geno Smith, I will say, had a way better game than last game. I'm sure you can all look at that. But why are you not using Ashton Jeanty that much? Why are you only giving him 17 carries? He was very, very efficient. Why are you not even including him in the receiving game at all? Why are you giving Zamir White targets instead of Ashton Jeanty? I don't understand it. Marcus Mariota absolutely lit you guys up. Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt had a touchdown. Jeremy McNichols had a touchdown. Marcus Mariota had a rushing touchdown. Luke McCaffrey had a touchdown. It just goes on and on. Deebo Samuel wasn't that productive. The Commanders, this just proves that Jaden Daniels isn't really doing anything that special. Any quarterback can function in that offense. Raiders, you got to figure something out. You got to figure out a way to get Ashton Jeanty the ball. And now we have the Texans dropping 0-3, losing to the Jaguars, and honestly, the Texans are done. Like, I'm out on him. Like, in general, I am out on C.J. Stroud, dude. He was a one-year wonder. He was a one-hit wonder, dude. Like, he sucked yesterday. He had no idea where he was. The running game was useless, and Nico Collins cannot be the only one on your offense that's producing. Like, Nico Collins is carrying the Texans right now. Going over to the Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence did not even look that good. 20 for 40 and one of the ugliest picks I've ever seen. Travis Etienne continues to be productive. But outside of that, like, this game was nothing special. The Texans clearly had this game in the palm of their hands. Everyone keeps on holding on. Brian Thomas, it's just terrible. And Brian Thomas Jr. I did have in my fantasy, but the Texans, dude, this team sucks. Like, I'm out on the Texans. Jaguars, good game. And now we have the Eagles absolutely coming right back versus the Rams. I've been trying to tell everybody, look what happens to our offense when we actually pass the ball. 3 passing touchdowns. And Jalen Hurts 9 for 40 and a rushing touchdown. Jalen Hurts was absolutely flawless once again. Saquon Barkley, we got to get something going on this run game. A.J. Brown, see what happens when we actually target him. See what happens when we actually target Devontae Smith. Like, the offense was absolutely beautiful. And the defense, of course, coming up with a game-winning blocked field goal. Jordan Davis, the big guy, coming up with a blocked field goal return for a touchdown. Pay that man. And I also got to give credit to our second half defense as well. The secondary held Matt Stafford to only 196 passing yards and a 57 completion percentage. Kyren Williams was very productive on the day. Puka Nacua was torching Jacorian Bennett all night, but Jacorian Bennett did make some plays when needed. Kyren Williams had the receiving touchdown. Devontae Adams had a receiving touchdown. And the defense, that might have been the worst defensive meltdown in the second half I've ever seen. Phillies 3-0. Go Birds. Rams, I wouldn't worry too much. You guys are probably the one team in the NFC that can actually challenge us right now. Guys, I might have been wrong about Daniel Jones. We have the Colts beating the Titans. I know it's not that impressive to beat the Titans, but man, Daniel Jones so far this year, I have no problem saying it. Daniel Jones this year has been absolutely flawless. Jonathan Taylor, he's on my fantasy team. He got me 3 touchdowns. I'm a very happy boy. Michael Pittman keeps having a breakout and a comeback season. The defense was absolutely flawless on Cam Ward. And Cam Ward also, who didn't even play that bad, his team is literally just awful. I will not stop saying that. Tony Pollard had a touchdown. Eli Ayomanor had a touchdown. I've never heard that name a day in my life. And the defense couldn't stop a nosebleed. So, Colts, you guys are probably going to get destroyed by the Rams next week. But, hey, enjoy this while it lasts. Now we got the Carson Wentz-led Vikings absolutely destroying the Bengals, and there's nothing to highlight for the Bengals. I'm not even going to go there. There's literally nothing to highlight. Chase Brown is absolutely abysmal. Carson Wentz had a really good day. 173 passing for 2 touchdowns. Also effective in the run game when needed. But Jordan Mason also did have 2 touchdowns. I had him on my fantasy team. I'm also a very happy boy. Same with TJ Hawkinson. Overall, nothing really much to highlight in this game. Vikings, you guys absolutely played out of your minds. Oh, also, shout out to Isaiah Rodgers, who came up with a 90-yard pick 6 touchdown. As an Eagles fan, I really miss that guy. And now we have the Bryce Young Panthers beating the ever-living crap out of the Falcons. it got so bad that Kirk Cousins came into the game. They benched Michael Penix, which honestly, good decision, dude. Michael Penix, he's just bad. I hate to be too harsh on him this early, but Bijan is your guys' offense. I mean, there's nothing to highlight for like, it was just Bijan the entire game. Like, the defense held Bryce Young to a $120, but hey, he was able to get a rushing touchdown. Same with Rico Dowdle. Chuba Hubbard had a pretty good day. Tetaroa McMillan jumped like 80 feet in the air to grab a catch, and the defense, of course, did not let a single point on the Falcons offense. That is very impressive. In general, I mean, the Panthers look like a good football team. Bryce Young looks like a good quarterback. The Panthers are coming this year, man, and the Falcons bench Michael Penix. Alright, now we got the Steelers beating the Patriots in what I predicted a abysmal game. Aaron Rodgers actually did look pretty good. I mean, 16 for 23, 2 touchdowns. Jaylen Warren actually continues to really surprise me. Kenneth Gainwell had a touchdown. So, are you guys just not going to use Caleb Johnson for the rest of the season, or am I just going crazy? DK Metcalf had a touchdown. Calvin Austin had a touchdown. And the defense was able to hold the Patriots down for, like, the whole game. Like, they did a great job. I mean, and TJ Watt coming up with 2 very important sacks. Looking at the Patriots now, Drake May didn't actually not have a bad game. I mean, Drake May actually looks really good. His team right now just is not good enough. Travion Henderson, they're only giving him 11 carries. Stephon Diggs isn't getting open. Hunter Henry had 2 touchdowns. I'm going to probably try to pick him up in fantasy. The defense came up with a clutch interception by Robert Spillane, but other than that, wasn't really able to stop the Steelers' offense. Good game, Steelers and Patriots. I wouldn't be worried. You guys actually still look pretty good. Now we got the Seahawks destroying the Saints, and I called this one pretty easily. Spencer Rattler, I mean, he's just doing okay. I mean, he's not doing great, but he's not doing bad either. The offense was just absolutely terrible. There was nothing to highlight there. But there is something to highlight for the Seahawks. Sam Darnold was absolutely lights out. 218 for 2 touchdowns. Kenneth Walker had 2 touchdowns on the ground. And it was also effective in the receiving game. JSN, I have no shame in saying it, he might be the favorite for Offensive Player of the Year. Just me. I'm not even kidding you. The Seahawks actually look, right now, they look pretty good. Even though it's not that impressive to beat up on the Saints. Saints, I don't really know what else I expected. You guys are 0-3 as expected. And now we got the Chargers beating the Broncos, and I will continue to say it. Justin Herbert looks like an MVP candidate. He didn't have that great of a game, but still threw for 300 yards and had one of the clutches and one of the best throws of the entire season. Omarion Hampton finally came alive. Prayers out to Najee Harris. Hopefully he has a very speedy recovery. Keenan Allen got another touchdown. Quentin Johnston still looks pretty good. And Ladd McConkey's completely forgotten about. So there's that. Bo Nix was still pretty efficient on the passing game. J.K. Dobbins looks insane. But almost all of his passing yards were to Courtland Sutton. Courtland Sutton looked absolutely unstoppable this game, but just, they're not the Chargers. The Chargers are just too good this year. The Chargers actually might go to the AFC Championship. It might be the Bills-Chargers AFC Championship this year. And everybody, how about them Cowboys? We have the Bears stomping the Cowboys, and if you look at the box score, Caleb Williams actually had an insane day. That was the best game so far of his entire career. But Olamide Zaccheaus, Luther Burden, Cole Kmet, DJ Moore, Rome Odunze, everybody contributed to this win. But Luther Burden was actually unstoppable. Defense came up with a bunch of clutch interceptions, including from Tremaine Edmonds. Going over to the Cowboys, now Javonte Williams had an ugly fumble. Joe Milton threw one of the fastest balls I've ever seen. Dak Prescott was actually horrible. Again, CeeDee Lamb has a high ankle sprain. He'll be out for 4 to 5 weeks. Brutal luck for the Cowboys. Bears, you guys have come alive. And now we have the Cardinals losing to the Mac Jones-led 49ers. And I fear to say it, but Kyler Murray just actually might be bad. Like, he really might be. And same with Marvin Harrison Jr. Marvin Harrison Jr. might be an actual flop. Like, he had one of the most ugliest, one of the most terrible drops I think I've ever seen. Trey McBride cannot be the only player on your guys' offense. He really can't. Josh Sweat looks good, but Trey McBride is carrying your offense. Mac Jones wasn't really that efficient on the day. Christian McCaffrey couldn't really get anything going running the ball, but when it comes to his receiving game, there's no running back better than him as a receiver. Ricky Pearsall even had 117 yards, excuse me. We can't put that in. 49ers, Cardinals, good game. I just don't really know what to say. Now we have the Chiefs stomping the Giants, and Giants, for the love of God, please put in Jackson Dart. Like, I can't take Russell Wilson anymore. Russell Wilson, that was horrible. Like, what are you doing? Cam Scatterboo is the only positive thing to come out of your guys' team this game. Like, there was nothing going on for the Giants. Looking at the Chiefs now, Patrick Mahomes actually was a little bit better. 224, a touchdown. Kareem Hunt had the rushing touchdown. Tyquan Thornton had the receiving touchdown. Tyquan Thornton legitimately actually looks pretty good. Travis Kelce was seen yelling at Andy Reid again, and then Andy Reid finally deciding to stand up for himself. Chemistry is looking really good. Chiefs, good job. You beat the Giants. Awesome. And now we have the Ravens losing to the Lions. And I called this one. The Ravens, I just want to say it. Like, I've called it over and over again. The Ravens are just not that good of a football team. Like, Jared Goff actually lit you guys up. Jahmyr Gibbs absolutely destroyed you guys. So did David Montgomery. Like, it combined for over 200 rushing yards and 4 touchdowns. Jahmyr Gibbs was also great in the receiving game. Amon-Ra St. Brown was cooking you guys. This defense, the defense for the Lions came up with 7 sacks on Lamar. Looking at the Ravens now, Lamar Jackson actually wasn't all that bad, but just it was a combination of his offensive line wasn't really blocking for him, and Lamar just needs to throw the ball. Derrick Henry, again, had another crucial fumble. 3rd and 3 games. But sure, yeah, he's better than Saquon. Rashad Bateman had a score. Mark Andrews had 2 scores. Whoever had him in fantasy are great. But also, guys, remember that defense, that Ravens defense that I tried to tell everybody was not that good? Well, here you go. Here are the scraps that the Lions provided for you. Lions, you guys deserve it. You guys are just that good. And the Ravens, you guys actually might be frauds. And that is going to do it, ladies and gentlemen, for my Week 3 NFL reactions. I hope you all had a fun time watching. And let me know down in the comments, who are your top 5 favorites right now for NFL MVP? I'll be reading the comments to make sure I respond to them, hopefully. Hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day. Enjoy the time we have before Week 4. And I'll see y'all guys the next time I upload. Peace.